Today for our fitness assessment, we'll be using the sit and reach test. The sit and reach test is a test that measures your hamstrings and lower back flexibility. The component of fitness that we will be assessing today is flexibility. This test is important because tightness in the lower back is implicated in lumbar, lordosis, forward pelvic tilt, and lower back pain. A limitation of the traditional sit and reach procedure is that people with long arms and or short legs will get a better result, while those with short arms and or long legs are at a disadvantage. The reliability of this test will depend on the amount of warm-up that is allowed and whether the same procedures are followed each time the test is conducted.
The fitness equipment needed for this fitness assessment is the sit and reach box. You want to make sure that the box functions properly. You want to make sure that the slider on top can slide from the bottom of the box all the way to the top of the box without any obstruction. You want to make sure that the numbers on top are clearly legible so that the technician can read them and so that they can obtain an accurate result. You also want to make sure that the sit and reach box is pressed against a wall or some other object that will not allow the box to slide or move around whenever the patient is taking a test so that the technician can record an accurate result.
The thing you want is to make sure your client is wearing loose-fitting clothing. Next step, you'll have your client sit on the floor with legs stretched out straight ahead. Shoes should be removed. The soles of the feet are placed flat against the box. Both knees should be locked and pressed flat to the floor. The tester may hold them down if needed. With the palms facing downward and the heads on top of each other or side by side, the subject reaches forward along the measured line as far as possible. The hands should remain at the same level, not one reaching further than the other. The subject should reach out and hold that position for 1 to 2 seconds while the distance is recorded. Make sure there are no jerky movements. Scoring is then recorded to the nearest centimeter or half inch as the distance reached by the hand. The ACSM categories for trunk forward flexion using a sit and reach box is classified by age and sex. Devan conducted 3 trials on the sit and reach test. You take the highest trial, which his trial was 42 centimeters and 16.5 inches, and based on this table, he is in the excellent category because he is above the age 20 and falls above 40 centimeters. Common mistakes while conducting the sit and reach test include not wearing the proper clothing, including jeans and shoes, and also not fully exerting yourself will not give you the results that you want. Common advantages of the sit and reach test include minimal equipment is required, it is simple to set up and conduct, and it can be conducted almost anywhere. Common disadvantages of the sit and reach test include special equipment is required and an assistant is required to administer the test. Required resources for the modified sit and reach test is a box, a meter ruler, tape, and an assistant. The athlete sits on the floor with their back and head against the wall, legs fully extended with the bottom of their feet against the box. The athlete then places one hand on top of the other, reaches forward to the ruler while keeping their back and head against the wall. The assistant adjusts the ruler so the tip of the athlete's fingers just touch the edge of the ruler and secures the ruler with tape. The athlete slowly bends forward and reaches along the top of the ruler as far as possible. The assistant then records the distance reached in centimeters.